welcome to the stage, Dr. Hawk Tuah.
Dr. Hawk Tuah.
We are down to the last comic of the night. Let's give it up for Dr. Hawk Tuah. Come on up to the stage.
Give it up for Nicole.
Yeah.
So my friends call me Dr. Hawk Tuah. I was initially into political satire and stuff like that, but slowly I felt that the politics is going towards Hawk Tuah. We saw Kamala Harris going on Call Her Daddy, and Call Her Daddy is like, a Hawk Tuah podcast. You mentioned about bi-situational, and it's totally bi-situational. Every woman over there is AC/DC. Yeah, so that's that. And Hawk Tuah is it started as a viral video, but now it is becoming a movement. And as you can see, Eddie Welch is everywhere in the baseball games, and she's probably doing more appearances than Harris or Trump camps. And but I think first time I heard Hawk Tuah, I thought it has something to do with Lake Tahoe or something. I had no idea. Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Hawk Tuah? Yeah, the thing, you spit on that thing and starts working. Yeah? Anyway, it goes for foot fetish as well. I have foot fetish as well. And it can work either way. You can give Hawk Tuah, you can receive Hawk Tuah. So anybody who's fond of oral sex is part of Hawk Tuah, as long as you just make it more slippery, more wet, and it's then the cherry on the cake. Hawk Tuah is basically a way to celebrate sex in a extended form, because at one point divorces happen because you get tired of eating the same dick or pussy, or as food as well. You cannot eat pizza every day, even if it's your favorite food. So Hawk Tuah adds a little charm, makes it slippery, it makes it wet, and we are a mature crowd, so I have no problem with that. You mentioned Diddy. I have no idea what's the problem with Diddy. Last I heard, grabbing hair, and it's a fantasy. No, choking is a fantasy. If you see many posts on Field or 3Fun or SDC or SLS, you will see that there are a lot of fantasies that they say that there is nothing that you can do to offend us. So I don't know. And also Steve Wonder also mentioned that there's nothing illegal about Diddy. So I don't know. I think they're blowing it out of proportion. And I used to wonder about Stevie Wonder that why. I mean, his Hawk Tuah game would be amazing because he was a part-time lover, but he would know which way to go, front or back or whatever. That's why he used to call before coming. He used to say, he just called to say I love you, and that was his way. Although he could not see, because once we get into the Hawk Tuah phase, we don't know where we are. So it really doesn't matter if we have eyes or if we don't have eyes. You are transported. People are looking for nirvana. People are looking for heaven. People are looking for near-death experiences, and they say that I went to this light and I felt so great. Nobody tells you about going to hell. All the experiences are amazing. So I think there's all this thing about afterlife, nirvana, and heaven, and is all astral traveling of Hawk Tuah. Because like I mentioned, Hawk Tuah, you mentioned rim jobs as well. So, it takes because that is the end of that's the edge of the world, there's nothing beyond rim job. It's total admission of Hawk Tuah and total height of love and attachment, as you mentioned, Tammy, I thought that it was about God, that you think that, you're worshipping. Hawk Tuah is also about worshipping Dick or Pussy as a symbol of faith. You spit on it and then you go into a different world and you enjoy things to the next level. So that's that, and I think they are trying to make Hawk Tuah mainstream because the right was extremely petrified. Kamala going on Call Her Daddy. I think you all must check out Call Her Daddy podcast. It's extremely informative, and I think we must practice more Hawk Tuah to achieve more satisfaction in life.
Thank you, Asif. Yeah, I'm thinking of legally changing my name because the Hawk Tuah girl herself is having her podcast and she's calling it Talk Tuah. So I don't know, because I saw the viral video like the word, but I thought that it was much more than a viral video. I think I started writing a book on it. I'm still writing, and then I started thinking I'm definitely going to make a documentary on it as well, because I think it is now becoming a movement because Hawk Tuah is an integral part of our sex lives, and everything starts from Hawk Tuah. And I think people are looking for nirvana or promised land or heaven, but I think it's the Hawk Tuah, because when the Hawk Tuah starts, you just forget where you are. I mean, you are into a different dimension. And a couple of days ago, I mentioned that there is a war on our Hawk Tuah, and there's a war on our Hawk Tuah, and there is a ban that's going to come sooner than later, because everybody is talking about the abortion ban, but before the abortion is the step of Hawk Tuah. And there could be a ban on Hawk Tuah as well. And yes, I found out there is actually a ban in Project 2025 on Hawk Tuah. It's saying that there'll be a ban on porn, and anybody who is going to make porn will be imprisoned. So I think, and the strange, ironic part is that the name of and the online porn community has started doing advertising on various porn sites, and the movement is called Hands Off My Porn. And I don't know what's the use of porn without hands. Whether it is a guy or a girl, it's totally useless. It will be an endless edging, I guess. On and on. So I think we have to really take care of our Hawk Tuahs, because we are part of Hawk Tuah. Either we are receiving or giving the Hawk Tuah, and especially I mean everywhere you go on media, everybody wants to talk about porn, just like Freddy's Bar. The pussy and dick jokes fly like nothing. Ali Wong made. I saw her news special yesterday. Again, she is also making a career out of pussy and dick jokes. So I read this article in which a porn star slept with like 600 guys, and she said that she can tell by a specific part of the body, looking at the specific part of the body of the guy, that how big is he going to be. So then I had an argument with my wife. We started guessing whether it's going to be a wrist or what, or hands, like this side, to Trump, that he's got small hands. So ultimately we read the article, and it said that the nose is the So I don't know. Then I don't know why so many Jewish sex offenders in the 60% of the sex offender list. Then my wife said that, but they have so many kids, so that's why. Then I thought that, why then China? The population is so high, it doesn't make sense. So why? But my conclusion was Hawk Tuah was the real reason, because when you get a good Hawk Tuah, the size increases like 2-3 inches, because when it's slippery, when it's wet, and the game is on, on a bad day can become a good day. All the complaints that I had a bad day, or I have stress, I have too much work. You don't have to give false or lame excuses, and you just have to go on and put your Hawk Tuah strategy on play. You can try your own Hawk Tuah on the women as well. It's not just about men. You can, glorify the clit or eat ass like the rock star. And then all the gaps and all the, things that you miss. And ultimately, all the divorces also happen, because ultimately you're going to get bored of every person, every next divorce. But Hawk Tuah is something that can save lots of marriages. And Hawk Tuah is going to keep your game on, whether it is porn, whether it is real life, or whether it is just, transporting to a different dimension. So yes, go try Hawk Tuah. If you're not, looks like, all the innocent people in this room, they don't know what Hawk Tuah is, or they have never practiced it. But I think we are jumping from VHS to internet directly. There was a lot in between as well.
Oh.
I remember the multiple DVDs, and you have to find which one was the best porn, like 5 VCDs at a time. That was crazy.
Oh, I
shit,
remember. Yeah.
So, it's a little time travel, and yes, porn in Pakistan was, strange. Like, the code word was, can I get a movie of poor people?
Clothes?
Yeah, without clothes. And and that was the code word, because there is Sharia law, and you can be beheaded.
God damn.
One time when you get circumcised, and the other time,
God damn.
Yeah. So those, and we used to exchange stuff. We used to call it stuff, like it was marijuana or something. You got some stuff, new stuff, so we used to exchange DVDs. And Mikey also mentioned that audience, and keep it easy on the audience, especially the girls, because somebody messaged me on my Hawk Tuah page on Facebook, and he said, Dr. Hawk Tuah. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not a specialist. I'm not giving. Yeah, receiving. It's all right. But we are all Hawk Tuah in one way or another, Some like receiving, some like giving. So in context of audience, I think you should, because I've been a vagabond, I go to a lot of, open mics, and this is the only place where we have more audience than the comics. So I think we should keep it going that way. Without sounding like a pussy, I would say. Summer is over. I was Poconos in the morning at Mount Poconos at Kalahari, and I was looking at the water slides, and I was wondering what's the difference between a regular slide and a water slide, and I thought then the difference is Hawk Tuah. Yeah, Hawk Tuah, you make it wet, make it slippery when wet, and then it becomes Hawk Tuah. So a regular slide is like a regular blow job, because like I mentioned that I'm researching on Hawk Tuah and its various forms, the anatomy of a dick, and so I figured it out that every Tuah is a Hawk Tuah. But every hawk is not Hawk Tuah. Yeah, just like all cats are animals and all animals are not cats. You mentioned cats. So yeah, once you don't need the hawk, then if it's a mouth-watering experience, it does become Hawk Tuah. And I'm also thinking about making a documentary, like David Attenborough sort of, National Geographic. The hawk, lands on the Tuah, and there is this one-eyed warrior, or his signature style. Because otherwise, if we start attacking our Hawk Tuah girls, then essentially we should be better off in a prison, because we will have a better audience over there, and a permanent audience, because a comic without an audience is like a maniac or a mental patient, because the stuff that keeps on going in our head. And so that was that. And I think we have to really appreciate Hawk Tuah, because it's very hard to live without Hawk Tuah, because when it comes to you can change your friends, you can change your family, you cannot change your dick. Yeah, so you have to live with it. It sticks with you. And talking about internet porn, I think we have this, a man especially, this dick is like a joystick, and it is like a portal between the external world and the internal world. So whatever is going on inside, however he feels, that joystick basically interprets, if he's high, he's going to feel good. And whatever he sees, it kind of circulates, because that's the reference memory. And that's what Satanism taught me, that, you have to be pragmatic. The only sin is stupidity. And yes, dick is an experience. And Hawk Tuah can be anyone. There are Hawk Tuah guys as well. When there are gays, there are Hawk Tuah guys. And of course, a regular guy can also be a Hawk Tuah, as long as you can find the clit. The Tuah is a little small in this case, but it can really help, and it can really make the experience more energized. And when it comes to lesbian sex, I don't know, lesbian sex is like pro bono lawyers, they are fucking snitches. They use this stuff. It's like Lego, Legoland, they say it's a make-believe toy. It's fucking useless. They are going down, and there is Hawk Tuah. It's like vacuum cleaner, The button is on, it's sucking, but nothing is coming. So they're playing with the clit, and they apply the Hawk Tuah over there as well. So I think I'm not just like a gynecologist. I could be Dr. Hawk Tuah, I don't know, but I can only dissect Hawk Tuah. I don't have a vagina, and I can only summarize what I find all over the internet, and the history of Hawk Tuah all over the years. But it's helpful. It sanitizes. It makes the experience more slippery when wet. Give it up for Mike. So a lot of people might know that I'm writing a book on Hawk Tuah, and you know Hawk Tuah? Yeah. So Hawk Tuah is like a girl who went viral, that she said that one move that works all the time in the bed is when you spit on that thing, and Hawk Tuah. So that's that for I don't know, millennials or boomers, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so in that I found that Hawk Tuah is a crime in many states. Like it's like battery, you spit on someone, and a Hawk Tuah. But you can spit, in that thing, your own, for lube, or anal, for whatever, finding the clit, whatever. but at the same time, when you do it on somebody's face, that it can become a crime and it counts as battery. Except for unless if that thing looks like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Laura Loomer, so those could be exceptions because Robin Williams once said that it is you got to be very careful picking a fight with an ugly person. So every time I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, I understand why AOC doesn't argue with her. And not only that, I also it's the same way I don't pick road rage with guys driving those Lincoln, the old Lincolns, black seat. I have a Honda CRV, so I follow Robin Williams and never pick a fight with them. I mean, of course, never sat in them, but I guess they will be stinky because where I'm coming from, the buses in Pakistan were much worse, much more stinky. But I enjoy my freedom, so I would rather not pick road rage. I also found out that there could be a ban on Hawk Tuah pretty soon. Because everybody's talking about women's my body, my rights, and they didn't say the same thing about Louis C.K. when he waved his dick to everyone. That was his body, his choice. And but with regards to the ban on abortion, people don't realize that it is the men who are going to suffer most because they won't get any pussy. They will be denied all the time, and then probably will have to go back to 80s porn because the porn will be limited as well because there will be federal ban, so there will be kind of a federal ban on Hawk Tuah. And because everything starts from Hawk Tuah, whether she agrees to go ahead or not, or you have to have a border run through the interstate highway, or I don't know, but I think that's the situation. And I think porn also is, there should be a warning label on porn, just like there's a warning label on cigarettes now, or alcohol, or marijuana, because in 50s and 60s there were no warning labels. So porn should also come up with, don't abuse it and end up in a divorce or erectile dysfunction. So these should be the warnings there, And but I consider myself, there are born again Christians. I'm born again Satanist, I would say, because that's the only religion that allows free porn, as much as you want to see. Because and I think Satan is just like pharmaceuticals want to keep you sick so that you keep coming back to them. The religion also wants to keep the Satan alive so that they have a reason to call you back for. I don't know if God killed his son, why cannot he kill his arch rival? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's the reason I think Satanism is the only religion where stupidity is a sin more than any other thing. So I think we should really take care of these federal ban. Otherwise, everybody is into Hawk Tuah cult in one way or the other. And if we do not make sure that our rights are reserved, then getting pussy or Hawk Tuah, or we'll be back in 80s, VHS porn, because there will be no porn as well. Mike said about you posted dogs on your Facebook, and now you were talking about a cat.
I was? Oh no, yeah. I mean,
okay.
I'm 50 years old, man.
Okay,
I've been around.
So I thought you're not the childless cat lady, right?
Yes, I am.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Because cats are bitches, I mean, I had cats, and I went to a therapist, and he said for some medication for depression, and he said, no, you don't need medication. You are just an asshole. So my cat cats are bitches, like I said, because they demystify every celebrity. I mean, they don't care who you are. They just give you shit, treat you like shit, and it's like a sadistic thing. And finally, you get used to it and you start loving them. I was scared initially of cats, and then I started hugging tigers in Thailand. So cats are addictive. But talking about childless cat ladies. The childless cat lady is about to become the mother of the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looks like you guys not into DNC. You want money and not democracy, I think, because and Hawk Tuah again. Hawk Tuah was in the news. She pitched based, somewhere, and there was an outrage as to why she's doing. I mean, I am writing a book on Hawk Tuah, and it's a movement, I guess, phenomenon, and I'm also planning to do a documentary. So if you have any stories, do send me on Hawk Tuah World on Facebook. I'd love to add them because, and I think it's a women's world. Finally, we are into the matriarchal phase. My friend who mentioned Hawk Tuah, yeah. So we are thinking of having Hawk Tuah awards. What do you say, Mike? We should have Hawk Tuah awards at Freddy's, because I even have a sponsorship from a swinging website.
It's America, man. You can do it.
Yeah. So because I think it's growing big, and talking about women, because Hawk Tuah is not just about spitting, because we have some gay ladies over here, and they would rather spit on your grave than spit on a dick. So I think Hawk Tuah is great, and because then talking about Olympics, finally the Olympics are over, but it's strange that all the guys are trying to be women. It shows that it's a women's world. Everybody wants to be women. The drag, the opening ceremony was highly controversial. I think if Charlie Hebdo people, if the outrage was there, they would be alive today. But sadly, only the UFC guys had outrage against the drag ceremony, saying that it's the most gay game. They are hugging guys from the back, rolling on the floor in sweat, and they did not like the opening ceremony. And then it went to the boxer who was pretending, I don't know, what it was. I think we should have trans Olympics because there's too much confusion. And if there are Paralympics, there should be trans Olympics as well. If you can, you don't have a choice of, not having limbs, but you have a choice of having a dick or not having a dick. Because I think, and then it ended with the breakdance girl. So the Olympics was dominated by women. The breakdance girl was, PhD in cultural movement, but she fooled probably the Aussie government, saying that it has something to do with dance or dance. I mean, dance is like comedy. I think if you're doing good, if you're enjoying, then it's fine. And if you're not enjoying and you're fucking up, then everybody else is enjoying. So dance is like that. I'm not a good dancer. I tried Zumba, but I think it was more, I was farting more than actually dancing. And I learned, I used to, at Telefitness, I used to exercise outside the Zumba class. And I used to say, what the fuck is this? Why are they, what kind of endurance it requires or strength to do this dance, I was doing the pack deck exercise. And then one day I tried and I thought, wow, that's the reason why women actually like, there's a saying that good on floor, good in bed. So it's, the dance is very important, and women love it because I think, I kid you not, it's tougher than high intensity training. 1 hour of dancing, it's not easy, especially if there are faults going on, and then talking about the childless cat ladies. Cats don't give a shit if you are Oprah or if you are Jennifer Aniston or if you are Kamala Harris. She just demystifies you, and whether you're a rock star or whatever, it treats you like shit. And I think you should. I think Hawk Tuah is much deeper than. Somebody was mentioning Helen Keller. Helen Keller was a Hawk Tuah girl. She paved her way out. She spat on it, and then she made it come. And she was the founder member of ACLU. You won't believe. And then she grabbed a teacher who helped her in getting educated while not being able to hear or read. So I think because I'm doing the research on Hawk Tuah, the Hawk Tuah World book. So Helen Keller is there. Mother Teresa, I think last time I told, she was a gangster OG shit and big time money launderer. Give it up for Asif again, birthday. And my name is Atif. In fact, my elder brother's name is Asif. And we both belong to the Shia sect and Muslims, which is non-orthodox. You said that anti-Semitic thing, but it's anti-orthodox, for every religion. And we are kind of the liberal side of it. Somebody mentioned VHS as well, because there are so many new terms coining up like edging and gooning and but in our days it was like VHS, and I was my worst nightmare was that when nobody's home I watch it, and then my nightmare was that they're back and my pant is open and my cum is all over, though it never happened. But we have this thing called majlis. It's like a congregation, like a mass, and that was the time I used to go for the VHS porn in those days. But it's tough in Pakistan because it's tricky, because if the electricity shuts down, then the VHS is stuck inside, and everybody knows that that our boy is up to something. So edging and all those things, the fantasy, the romance part of VHS of porn is gone, because porn and the vintage porn is still awesome because there is no Viagra involved. Whatever is there is real love, and so the performance is real, everything is real, the boobs are real, and the Hawk Tuah is real, and you can't help but enjoy it because everything, just like most stuff, is quite synthetic, but I was never into it. I was into it as that religious side, because I knew all the stories. I told my family I know all these stories, so if you want I can recite those things, but I was never into it because I always thought that Satan was smarter than God, because he told him that what Adam is going to do, and that's exactly what he did, and he wanted to bow down to Adam. But then he proved that even God is wrong and Adam is wrong. So I think he knows more than God. And I see some Hawk Tuah girls and maybe guys as well. I don't know. There was a lot of outrage that Hawk Tuah girl not only pitched at the Mets game, but she also went for the press conference. I don't know what's going on, because I think I strongly believe that Hawk Tuah is a movement, and like I mentioned last time that I'm writing a book on Hawk Tuah world, and I'm conducting research on that. And I see lots of faces of Hawk Tuah. One face is Tiger Woods. He really enjoys the ATM Hawk Tuah. Does anyone know ATM? ATM is like ass to mouth, and he really enjoys it. And so Hawk Tuah serves a lot of purposes. It's not just the lube; it also serves as cleaning aspect of it. And I also suggested Mikey that we should have Hawk Tuah awards. So on my Facebook page, which is Hawk Tuah World, I asked people to send me some stories, and then they thought that the Hawk Tuah awards were for blowjobs. No, it's a comedy award, Hawk Tuah Comedy Awards, and it's not about we have a Playboy mention over here, and we are competing on blowjobs. And I think Hawk Tuah also saved some marriages, especially the Clinton family. I think he got Hawk Tuah at White House, and then I think Hillary Clinton is really good at some Hawk Tuah. That Bill is still there, and they're still having a happy marriage. So I think Hawk Tuah is the way to go, and I think it's the outrage is. I mean, she's doing more appearances than Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, and she's getting paid for it actually, and they're spending millions on it. So I think Hawk Tuah is amazing, and it's not only for girls; it's for guys as well, and you should rejoice it and enjoy it, and way to go. First of all, I would like to address the elephant in the room, Elon Musk. He doesn't get the Tesla in autopilot mode drive, so many accidents. And then the streaming with Trump also got a lot of bad rap and was kind of shaky, was a wait for a long time. But yeah, he got his dick in the hole. That was good. The rocket landed on the right place. That was better. So they call me Dr. Hawk Tuah in Brooklyn because at Freddy's Bar we have this Hawk Tuah cult, and we give free Hawk Tuah sessions over there. It's like the free hugs. And on Wednesday especially, there's Asif and Mike Hawk Tuah sessions, and it's not like we're giving free BJs, but it's like we have this dungeon, and we assess Hawk Tuahs. How good is your Hawk Tuah game? And are you familiar with Hawk Tuah? Yes. So everybody had their Hawk Tuah moment. Somebody is giving Hawk Tuah, somebody is receiving Hawk Tuah, but everybody is in Hawk Tuah world. And I've written a book as well called Hawk Tuah World, and it is about satirical mostly because it discusses everyone from Mother Teresa to you name it, Helen Keller, everyone who has been hustling over the centuries. So that's that. But Hawk Tuah, I think, is the call of our time, in the sense that people are looking into afterlife. They are, most of them have seen, who have come back, who have NDEs, near-death experiences. They come with happy news that he saw everything was great. Nobody tells about, hell. So it cannot be now. All the people are good, and all of them are getting good returns. I think it's about imagination and our biochemistry and hallucinations. So, but Hawk Tuah is real. When you get Hawk Tuah, things start moving really fast. When you spit on that thing can be a dick or a clit or an ass or boob or whatever, French kiss as well maybe. So wherever there is spit and tongue involved, then it is categorized as Hawk Tuah.
And the best thing about Hawk Tuah is that it's a complete lifestyle in the sense that you must have heard "eat my dick," you know. It's when Vitali's one of the famous YouTuber, Vitali's thing. He was doing a supermarket prank, and then this lady said, "Eat my dick." So clit is also technically a dick because it's just small. And then when we wonder that women are why they're so crazy, because imagine guys, all of us have that size of dick, and then we can't come. So definitely the endorphins will take toll and we act crazy. Hawk Tuah is also can turn. It needs the right balance. Too much Hawk Tuah will drive you crazy, or make you have erectile dysfunction as well. So you have to have the right balance of Hawk Tuah. Otherwise, you can convert into Caitlyn Jenner as well, because the lack of insulin resistance can make you have more estrogen, and more of it can increase your testosterone level. So as women get old, their voice gets heavy. So we have each one of us have a Caitlyn Jenner inside us. It's just that whether we empower it or not. I don't want to sound politically incorrect, but that's the reality. I mean, you have to strike the right balance for Hawk Tuah, because as you know, men get old, they become a little softy. Their voice also become a little soft. Women grow old, they become ugly like men, strong, heavy voice. So, but nobody ever ate the dick. It's just jargon, and because eating a dick would be, swallowing is there as part of Hawk Tuah. It increases. It's kind of a diet, and it's stem cells, and it's a protein diet. I would say that it's very useful, and the point is that we have to stop looking for heaven, nirvana. When you have good Hawk Tuah, your head game is good, whether giving or receiving. You achieve nirvana status, or you go into astral traveling, teleportation. You transition into a different world. So yes, that's my time, and do share your Hawk Tuah and live up your Hawk Tuah lifestyle.
Give it up for Dr. Hawk Tuah. Never had too much Hawk Tuah in your life, huh? That girl, man, God bless her, huh? Fucking, you can make money that way, hey, way to be.
Following me on this Mark Robinson guy from North Carolina. He is, was following a trans porn website. I mean, once again, porn is in the news. Everybody wants to talk about porn. Here, dick and pussy jokes also fly pretty good. But the thing is, everybody wants to talk about porn. And just some political shit just went off. So let's talk about it. Dick and pussy, because the other day a trans comedian told me that you were a weirdo, because I don't know, I should take it as a compliment or I should take it as an advice. I don't know. Because they were saying that do you know the reverse blowjob? And little did they know that I am Dr. Hawk Tuah. I have a history of Hawk Tuah, writing a book and making a documentary as well on it. So I knew about reverse blowjob, and I don't know who's weird, because being called a weirdo, because weird is like a badge of honor these days for conservatives and Republicans. So the cat is out of the bag and now going into barbecue. I don't know, because this
MLK thing and talking about JD Vance wearing mascara and his history about drag, I don't know, or whatever. So I think this porn thing is keeping on. Hawk Tuah girl also declined Donald Trump. She said no for Hawk Tuah girl, although she's from Nashville, Tennessee. But I don't know. I don't know where he's gaining traction because I think the best or the biggest swing state is Florida because they have the most topless bars and the swinging lifestyle is over, is the best over there. And I believe that Hawk Tuah, I'm writing a book on Hawk Tuah called Hawk Tuah World because I think this phenomenon is really deep. It's scary shit, that you got a cock on your face and then you have some strategies, You want to make sure that it's clean, so you want to spit on it and you spit on it that you're not happy, but just lube or a functional aspect of pleasing both the parties. So anybody who has some Hawk Tuah moments in life, giving or receiving, inbox me on Hawk Tuah World on Facebook. I might add your story on in my book, and I'm going to make a documentary as well called Hawk Tuah Phenomenon. In the research, I found that Mother Teresa was a Hawk Tuah girl. Yeah, she was some gangster shit. I mean, she used to take money from anyone, drug cartels and dictators, or and she was a gangster money launderer, and she never used to give shit about it. I mean, even the Pope was scared of her, and she used to say that it's God's money, I got it, and that's it. It's just money, and it came to me, and I'm a saint, and everything is fine. So I think Mother Teresa was also asked that your the conditions in your all these places that that you hold all these sick children, leprosy. They are not best. She said these are not fucking hotels. People volunteer over here, and I just do as best as I can do. So Hawk Tuah, I had my own Hawk Tuah moment. I was employing someone, and I felt that the Hawk Tuah was amazing, and then I realized it was a lady boy in Thailand. So I could only foresee that only a guy could understand the sentiments of Hawk Tuahing. And one time I also was providing employment to needy people, and she said that no smoking. And when I get there, and she said, I told you no smoking, no Hawk Tuah. So I thought, it's a bad call and it's too late. So Hawk Tuah is the way we should go, and it's a great strategy. I think Hugh Gaffner has given us more fun than any religion. I mean, he had a fantastic life at the Playboy Mansion. And I think that when he died, he left only $45 million, which is much better than Bill Gates left to one woman, $75 billion, or Jeff Bezos left like $50 billion to one woman. So he had all the women of the world, but still, he taught women how to be selfless while giving a BJ. And because I think BJ, the Hawk Tuah girl was, she's making more appearances than Harris and Walz or Trump or as they say, Shady Vance. But I think for the right reason, because I'm writing a book on Hawk Tuah World. It's going to be the
Yeah, Gen Z handbook of hustling, I guess. Because I think Hawk Tuah, but I think Hawk Tuah has two elements into it. One is, it just spit on that thing and it works all the time. But at the same time, it can go in wrong direction and you end up swallowing it, as well, because if you have premature ejaculation. So I think Netanyahu, I think, is a Hawk Tuah boy because he was spitting on that thing for a while. But then he came to the US and people in Israel was saying that, you should be, rescuing the hostages instead of going to the US. But they found it late and now the shit is about to hit the fan. And but I like Jewish people. I love Jewish people. Jewish people are great. A few of my favorite. Few of the best modern thinkers like Noam Chomsky, Bernie Sanders, Einstein, and Karl Marx, and all the comedians like Amy Schumer, Silverstone, Louis Black, and Woody Allen, and you name them. So I asked my friend, why are these all the great comedians are Jewish? She said that because that's their defense mechanism. I said, bitch, what about the defense mechanism of the Palestinians? What about them? But I have a problem with Jew people, not so much Jewish, because there is a difference between Jew and Jewish. Because Jewish is like almost Jew, like I'm Muslimish. I would say they don't practice it, and I think if you talk about animosity, the Orthodox Jews, the one with the topi, topi is a big, like George Carlin said, that is nothing better than two religious people fighting. So Hamas and the topi people fighting is a perfect world scenario. But the Jewish people and the Orthodox Jews have a big, more animosity than Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher, or maybe Saudi or Iran, and I think because of that, I think Netanyahu is the main culprit for the situation, because it's like you cannot, even if you buy the entire Brooklyn, you cannot make Israel part 2 over here. Try it, then you'll see how the army guards are going to treat. Because the thing is that people say, the Jewish people say that, or the Jews say that they're the chosen one. I don't know how they're the chosen one, because Iran is about to attack and Saudi has all the oil. So I don't know what kind of chosen one is that. Maybe, you're 2% of the population, but 60% in the sex offenders list. Epstein and Weinstein and Anthony Weiner, I would be very careful if that would be my, last name, Weiner, you got to be careful. But the thing is that, and that's the reason probably that nobody stood up for Louis C.K. when he waved his dick to, a couple of ladies, because it's his body, his choice, I guess. Sharon Stone waved her pussy to the during interrogation in Basic Instinct, and the whole world loved it, and nobody had any problems. So, but again, Andrew Schultz makes jokes about towels in the Arab people wearing towels. They're dressed like that. That was their religious dress. That's not Islamophobic. Sacha Baron Cohen makes movies taking piss at people, all the nationalities or groups he doesn't like. That's not xenophobia. But I don't like Starbucks and suddenly it's anti-Semitic. And hearing Kanye is also considered anti-Semitic. So I don't know. We have to really make sure that the Jewish people and the Orthodox people keep on loving each other and understand, and Hamas also as well. Motherfucker, what did you get in? Since 60s and since last 60, 70 years,
You didn't get nothing. So you sold it to them, and it's fine. And you could have a two-nation situation, and you could have been better off economically as well. So I think it's time to resolve the situation and understand that it's Netanyahu who's the Hawk Tuah girl.
All right.
Netanyahu was here yesterday, but I guess people are more concerned about the Hawk Tuah girl. You know about Hawk Tuah girl, or yeah, or you don't want to admit that you know about Hawk Tuah girl. I mean, some people debate that whether lesbian sex is actually sex. I mean, you mentioned that bisexual thing, but I'm not sure. I went to a bar, there were two girls sitting, and I said, "Hi, I'm Atif and I'm a comedian." And she said, "I'm Jenny and I'm a lesbian." And she saw me, I don't know, my brown skin. She said, "I like women." So I said, "Okay." There was a friend, and I said, "Hi, my name is Atif and I'm a lesbian." So lesbian, I don't know. It's like you are pressing the button of the vacuum cleaner, but not using the vacuum. It's like you know, you're having chewing gum and the juices are going in, but you are actually, I mean, the stomach is anticipating that, you know, the food is coming, but the food is not actually coming. I don't know whether it is it should be used as an appetizer, because during my promiscuous debauchery days, I learned that in lifestyle, which is famously known as swinging, girls are basically, you know, using it as a starter or the icebreaker, so that guys who are not comfortable, you know, not ready, or in simple words, are not getting hard on, they can have a look at the lesbians and, you know, get in the mood. So I don't know how to categorize it, because as far as Hawk Tuah girl is concerned, having a Hawk Tuah from a lesbian would be, you know, something, you know, of a great deal, because it will be, you know, full of suppression, and she rather spit on your grave than, you know, just spit on the tank, like she said. So, and I think it is kind of, I can guarantee with experience that the lesbian oral game is, you know, is a game, because Arthur Miller or John F. Kennedy or Joe DiMaggio, they could not find the clit of Marilyn Monroe. She said that she never came. So when it comes to lesbians, they have a huge ask on their hand. Not only do they have to find the clit, but they also have to make them come, which is without the main game, without the main course, just with the appetizer. You have to, you know, fill the stomach. So I think Hawk Tuah girl was getting more attention than Netanyahu, because I don't know, Jewish. I had a friend, asked him, "Are you Jew?" He said, "No, I'm Jewish." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, I don't practice it. So that's the only religion. It's blackish, it's one-ish, nine-ish, but you know, I have my own light privilege as well. But I think Jewish people are great. It's the Jews, the Orthodox people in Israel who are the main culprit, as Netanyahu is, and he has killed like 40,000 people, and still not got the hostages out. So I don't know. The main problem is, like you mentioned, Epstein. Is the Jews, not the Jewish people. Jewish people are the greatest, like Bernie Sanders, like Richard Marx, Karl Marx, Noam Chomsky, they're the greatest people. So I think Hawk Tuah girl is doing good. Now I understand the meaning of no strings attached, because there's something about deep throat and deep down there they feel the vibe, and yeah, the strings are attached.
Give it up for the host.
Yep.
Yeah. Warmed on the Well, I think the definition of bombing, I think it's kind of vague, because according to Eddie Murphy, if someone is heckling, that's bombing. And according to the new wave comedy, I think heckling is crowd work. I mean, lots of comedians have shows. Yeah, and a lot of people, they use Russell Peters. They all use them as crowd work. So for me, nobody laughs on my jokes. So I take it as if you don't forget your set or your material, I think for me that is bombing. Otherwise, if you are shameless and if you have, guts to tell the jokes that you find funny, it's fine. And as a writer, that's how far you can go, and because the response of audience is dependent on their experiences and their education. I don't want to make it sound like a TED talk or a pussy, but just say. So Halloween is around, and you, my friend, as I'm from Pakistan as well, I think we should get up of terrorist. We can be just ourselves, and just people will be scared of us. And talking about, but I also have a darker side. I'm a Satanist, so I take everything in Halloween with a grain of salt, because although I like horror movies, but they don't terrify me anymore, because for me this is like child's play. Just like in Louisiana, the swamp crocodile hunters, the fear of crocodiles have no fear over them, because they eat them. They become part of their anatomy, so that goes away. But I think talking about, you mentioned Italian and Pakistani mix and Jewish. But I think one thing on which everybody agrees or celebrates is Halloween. Whether you're Hindu, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Jewish, you're Christian, whatever you are, I think everybody agrees on Halloween. So we can safely say that ye are more united with the Satan than divided with God, because various faiths have various gods, but at least they all have the same antagonist. So, and also he was senior, he was the oldest angel, very loyal to God, but God cheated on him and found Adam and asked him to bow him. But also we see one 8-year-old guy also becoming a menace to the society. So seniority is like neither America nor the world can handle. I'm not talking about Joe Biden, because that's for he is a nightmare for the Democratic Party. But I'm talking about Donald Trump. So our love for Kamala is, and it's I want to set the record straight. Her name's Kamala Devi. I think my Indian friend would agree with me. And there's nothing wrong with that pronunciation, because that is the correct pronunciation. For example, my name is Arthur, so it's Arthur. So you can call me Atif as well, but the correct pronunciation will still stay the same. So on Halloween we dressed as you can see I'm shameless. If you think this is bombing, it's fine. I have no problem. So on Halloween we have different costumes of superheroes, but I think superhero is all bullshit, and it's overblown. I mean, for me there was only one superhero, and that was Superman, and that died with Christopher Reeve. Recently, I found out that Superman is not going to be gay. Jonathan Clark, his son, is going to be gay. So I don't know whether it's super gay, super bi, super trans. I don't know what to call it, but we won't be, mad. And in context of Hawk Tour, we conduct Hawk Tour sessions at Freddy's Bar, every Wednesday, and over there we assess your Hawk Tour game. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the Hawk Tour because she's doing more appearances than Harris Walls or Trump and Pants at baseball games and everywhere. So I don't know how these superheroes will respond to Hawk Tour. For example, I don't know about Superman because he wears the underwear on top of his pants, so I don't know how to access that Hawk. And also with the, I also never understood how can he go inside telephone booth and change his clothes and who takes care of his clothes, especially the hat. And when he comes back and wears those clothes again, and they're all ironed up and everything. Same goes with the Hulk. I don't know what will be the response of Hulk to Hawk Tuah because every man is a Hulk in his own way. When we get a hard on, we are all a Hulk, but we never saw a hard on of Hulk. Also, when when he's angry or when he's excited or when his heart rate is high, you never see his dick getting the bulk or the Hulk. But I think Spider-Man is going to do good because he's a swimmer. He's good at swimming, and I think Hawk Tuah is really handy when it comes to swinging because you have to switch your game if there is a missed call on your deck and you can apply Hawk Tuah everywhere. The Hawks keep on changing. The tour remains the same. A hawk could be a clit. A hawk could be an ass, eating ass, rim job, like your things bit. Each one of us belong to the Hawk Tuah cult. Either we are receiver or giver. But as long as that Hawk Tuah game is good, you know that the Hawk Tuah girl is going places. And it's also a disease, I would say, in context of addiction. Somebody mentioned porn. So that's that. And I think we should really keep our Hawk Tuah game polished and shining to keep enjoying life because there is no afterlife. Once you go on the flight of Hawk Tuah, everything seems fun. We are transported to a new dimension.
Tuah! Woo! Hawk Tuah!
Welcome to the mic of Mike.
Woo! Yeah.
So I went to the comic strip last Sunday and I told them that we have a Hawk Tuah sessions over here hosted by Mike and Asif. And they said, they might come. They want to, I told them it's not like a blowjob sessions. It's like not like free hugs, free blowjobs. No, not like that. Like Hawk Tuah session. We're gonna assess your Hawk Tuah game, how good it is. Because as a Satanist, as you can see, Satanic Temple of Salem, you got to really put your Hawk Tuah game on top. Because as a Satanist, you are dealing with mostly witches and of course other satanic girls, because I think that Hawk Tuah should also, there should be a lake named Hawk Tuah, Lake Tuah, because first time I heard about Hawk Tuah I thought it was something to do with Lake Tahoe or something like that. I do not understand what the fuck is this. But I also believe that satanic girls are very hot because, and you have to keep your Hawk Tuah game on top because
you have to know which hand you should use for the spit, your dominant hand or your submissive hand, because you have to see that but it depends where your other hand is. Then you can use whether it's in the ass or in the finger, I mean, not the hand. So yeah, this and also there are orgies, as you know, satanic orgies, and sex rituals. So you will be facing other people. So your Hawk Tuah game should be ready for, like mentioned, eating ass. So you should be ready for switching all the time. If one thing is not working, if your receiving Hawk Tuah is not responding, because you mentioned that eating ass in 20s is good. I think we don't need it at 20s. 20s everything goes. It's just after 40s or after 35 that you start getting missed call from your ED, from your Hawk Tuah. Then you need ass, because eating ass is a bilateral affair, I guess. Because as much as the women will enjoy, you will feel turned on, and then you might get an erection in time. So yes, and again, you can call a lake Tuah in Utah, because Mormons and they're affluent. I believe that the Hawk Tuah in Mormon and should be also a game, because there are multiple women, polygamy, and stuff like that. It comes handy. And I also last week during my research online, I found that it's contrary to the popular belief that Hawk Tuah is for men. No, Hawk Tuah is for women is more, because lube is, or wetness is more required over there. Hawk Tuah, I mean, there are lots of elements involved. Of course, when you spit on somebody's dick, it is the same feeling as during the facial. The speed of the cum at 150 miles per hour, you feel the same thing, because if the Tuah is too strong, it can hurt as well. So yeah, you have to be really careful, and you have to also practice self Tuah once a week on a cheat day. Just like there's a cheat day in fitness regimen and other things. There are cheat days where men and women should practice self Tuah, and it's gonna go miles and miles. And really, ass eating is really amazing for relationships, like you said. Thank you. What a place to be, the fair city. And Halloween, we are already in the Halloween zone. And Andy was talking about various costumes and multiple costumes. And I just thought that I would like to be dressed up as a terrorist and just be myself, I would say. Just maybe wrap a towel on my head, something like that. So, Fair City, yeah, I read the Instagram posts and it was all about fear. You cannot leave. You will be banned. And in the Halloween zone, it's a perfect place to be, I think. I think Halloween, most people celebrate, more people in fact celebrate Halloween more than Christmas, I think, because I think they love Satan more than God. Just like they hate Trump more than they love Harris. So I don't know this, and I think as a Satanist, I think it's the right approach, because he was so senior when he was ditched by God,
and everything went to Adam, and which cheated on God actually, did not listen to him. So, I conduct Hawk Tuah sessions at Freddy's Bar. You guys know, familiar with Hawk Tuah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hawk Tuah sessions, and we assess your Hawk Tuah game at Freddy's Bar in Brooklyn. And but the thing is that you have to have your A game these days. And as a Satanist, it is really important because you're dealing with witches and satanic girls who are very hot. Sex has always been used as a point of attraction for cults and religions as well. Especially, I think in Islam you have multiple marriages. I was born a Muslim, but then I started thinking, and then I became an atheist, and then I started thinking more, and I became a Satanist. So I think as a Satanist, Halloween is our time, and being at the Fair City is a great honor, I would say. But at the same time, I am a fan of horror movies, but as a Satanist, I have lost interest because there is no charm. Nothing can scare me anymore. Because just like in Louisiana, the swamp people lose their fear for crocodiles because they eat them and it becomes part of their body. Eat them, so there is practically no fear left. So likewise, for me, zombies, it looks like a bunch of COVID infected people. But again, Hawk Tuah is one disease. I come to the point because I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. That Hawk Tuah is one disease that will suck life out of you and leave you addicted to it. Somebody mentioned sports gambling. Hawk Tuah is a dangerous game, and it depends if you are giving or receiving Hawk Tuah. Because the dynamics are different. But as an addict in Hawk Tuah, you have to suffer a lot. You may have a broken marriage because you then don't get turned on without a good Hawk Tuah. And if you give good Hawk Tuah, then you can see the status of Hawk Tuah girl. She's everywhere, in baseball stadiums and interviews, and people are envious. Now she has her Talk to a podcast as well. So not werewolves, not zombies, not anything else, not ghosts. What really scares me is the Hawk Tuah disease, and I think it's time that we should really up our game for Hawk Tuah. Lots of rape jokes and race jokes, and been to Iran as well. And was offered a similar proposal, not from the cousin, but long time back before Instagram. Anyway, so I'm Dr. Hawk Tuah, and I'm sure you guys know Hawk Tuah, what Hawk Tuah is. Yeah. So what I do is I specialize in assessing Hawk Tuah, and I have a residency at Freddy's Bar in Brooklyn, and there we assess your Hawk Tuah game, how good it is. And if you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out. I'm there on Wednesdays. And but because of this cousin thing and all, I had to progress. And initially, I became an atheist, and then I transcended into Satanism. Because of course, but your Hawk Tuah game has to be super A. Because you're dealing with witches and satanic girls, and you have rituals, and your Hawk Tuah, should be alive, and it should be people are there, so you need to have a grip on where to get the stand and when to get the stand. But also, I used to like horror movies before I turned into Satanist. I because now it's totally boring for me. It's like in Louisiana, you know, the swamp guys. They kill crocodiles and alligators, and they eat them. So the crocodiles have no fear over them because it becomes part of their body. So, and ever since I embraced Satanism, I found out that first of all, holding someone hostage in your basement is not a horror movie. I don't know why and similarly gore is also not a horror movie. For vampires, it's like for me, vampires are like yoga people, you know. And werewolves are like those on testosterone therapy. And so it's like totally not scary enough for me anymore. And zombies are most boring because they look like COVID patients or old age home patients or elderly. But somebody mentioned Batman and superheroes. So I recently assessed what could be the scenarios if the superheroes were to face Hawk Tuah. First of all, Superman is not man anymore because his son Jonathan is gay now. So I don't know what to call super gay, super bi. I don't know what to call it because but we should have taken the hint from the beginning because he used to wear the underwear over the pants. So similarly, if you look into Batman, he would be good at 69 because hanging the bat thing. And similarly, if you go to Hulk, so everybody is Hulk. It's just that when we are turned on, our size increases like Hulk, but we never saw the real take of Hulk. So there is some technical issue with Stanley. And then Tarzan, if you see, I don't know if Jane would give him Hawk Tuah. I don't know how he will respond. He would think that maybe he's trying to bite him or something like that. And Spider-Man will be the only legit one because Hawk Tuah works really good in swinging lifestyle. He's good at swinging. So he would really, work around. But Iron Man, I don't know. Iron Man wearing this helmet doesn't make you Iron Man. There is this Iron Man thing that athletes have to go through. And over there, the Hawk Tuah can be really useful because, and then baby oil is important in Hawk Tuah. Any oil, but baby oil is not that useful. I've tried it myself. It cuts after a little bit of edging. So olive oil is good, but Hawk Tuah is basically essentially lube. Women pretend that it's for guys because it gives them a hard on, but lube is for women. They get turned on and they get wet. So it has nothing to do with us. It's we are always pressured into pleasure. It's all about pleasure, not pressure. So we are pressured to perform, and it seems like the Hawk Tuah is for us. No, it's not for us. We can get a hard on, but it's making the situation slippery when wet. So that's about it. And thank you so much, Dr. Hawk Tuah.
Give it up for Dr. Hawk Tuah, dude. I'm not gonna lie, for the first minute of your set, I thought you were propositioning gay head at Freddy's. Did anyone else get that?
Yes, a lot of people think that. Yeah. No, it's not like free hugs. No.
If a lot of people think that, that means that there's something with the writing that makes people think that. I would reassess, is what I'm saying, dude.
That's the spin.
And then you were talking about Satan, and I was like, yo, son, he was like, I am Satan, I will suck your dick. That was really funny, man. Thank you so much.
Your name is, if we translate your name, It's Asif Millionaire, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
It is actually. It's literally Millionaire. Your surname is Millionaire. So what the fuck is this about job and unemployment?
That's why I'm leaving for 2.5 months. That's correct. I'm about to be a millionaire in Thailand, for real.
Yes. That's what his name Lakhani translates into English, millionaire.
All
So
right.
I don't know what's going on with this job and all this thing. Last week I left on it's all Tuah, right? Testing Tuah. Mike, you said that there's no Hawk now, whereas it's all Tuah. Yeah, because the Hawk, you were just discussing about the Hawk, you know. Everything is the Hawk, the dick is the Hawk. The clit is the Hawk. The butthole is the Hawk. All you have to do is just Tuah. But I think there is a little bit of gender inequality when it comes to Hawk Tuah, because we talk about Diddy using the baby oil, Johnson's baby oil, and then there was actually a case against Johnson & Johnson baby powder that women were putting on their pussy all the time, and they were actually suing. So I don't know what's the problem with using oil, baby oil. What's this big controversy? Because I've tried it myself, it's not good. Olive oil is better, I think. It just cuts. And I think once again it's about gender inequality in Hawk Tuah. Because you are either giving Hawk Tuah or receiving Hawk Tuah. You cannot have it both ways. You know? Because Ali Wong, have you seen the latest special of Ali Wong, the recent one? She literally broke off with one of the leading film directors because he did not give her head. He didn't go down on her, and she actually broke up due to Hawk Tuah. I mean, I don't know. They ostracized Phil Collins just because he divorced through fax. And this is this lady saying, imagine a guy saying that, this lady did not give me head properly, or she was not giving me Hawk Tuah or blowjob, and I broke up with her. So I think we need a little bit of gender equality in Hawk Tuah, because what goes around comes around. And it's like I say, it's a bilateral thing. You give Hawk Tuah, you get Hawk Tuah, and essentially Hawk Tuah is also for lubrication. Whether it is on clit or whether it is on dick, it's all, make it slippery and wet. Because guys, get hard, and then the mouth-watering experience really is there. And I think in the political scenario as well, there is a lot of Hawk Tuah that's working in the leading, it's becoming mainstream. Call Her Daddy, it's the podcast where Kamala Harris went. And initially she did not like that Laura Loomer was calling her. She used to give blowjobs in San Francisco. But then she went on Call Her Daddy, which is actually a Hawk Tuah channel. They tell you techniques on, stimulating penis in ways that I only thought that I knew, and I kind of discovered when I was young. But there are a lot of information over there about Hawk Tuah, and I think all these. I think Hawk Tuah power is we have to talk about white power, black power. It's actually Hawk Tuah power, because you see, Biden did not have so much problem leaving in, except for Jill Biden. She was the one who had more issues. Likewise, you see, Michelle Obama here is more powerful than Barack Obama, and so is Hillary Clinton. So I think Hawk Tuah is underrated, and it has a lot of control in our political scenario, and I think mainstream as well. This Halloween is here, and I was thinking, Mike, you mentioned that Hulk thing. I was thinking about, what about the Hawk Tuah with Hulk? I mean, he grows up, he becomes big. We never saw his dick getting big. I mean, every guy has a Hulk over there, but what happens if Hulk would get a Hawk Tuah? What kind of dick it will be? All over, But they never show it. It's what was Stanley doing? Writing
he had pants on, he had shorts on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big loophole. Like somebody gets high blood pressure and it grows, it's big should also, grow big, but it doesn't show.
I'm Dr. Hawk Tuah, and yeah, I don't give blowjobs. Just like a gynae is the one who actually cures the issues. So a lot of people think that it's like free hugs or something like that, but it's not like that. What I do is I assess your Hawk Tuah game, and I've been a Satanist and a swinger for a while. So I've seen a couple of orgies, and you have to make sure that you're dealing with witches. And since tomorrow is Halloween, so your Hawk Tuah game has to be on top. Also, you need to know when to switch your Hawk Tuah game from self Hawk Tuah to Hawk Tuah is like receiving Hawk Tuah or giving Hawk Tuah. Multiple kinds of Hawk Tuah, and it could be on a dick, it could be on a clit, it could be on ass, as somebody mentioned before, the fascination for ass. So and a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that there's a war on our Hawk Tuah because abortion is basically the flip side of Hawk Tuah, because everything starts from Hawk Tuah. And if you have no Hawk Tuah, if you have no end game, you cannot live on appetizer or alone for a long time. So and then Michelle Obama mentioned day before in her second last rally that if you love us, you make sure that you vote for abortion rights. And then yesterday she went that if you are cute and if you want to get in our pants, you better make sure that you vote for our rights. So it's getting scary, the politics, the elections and Halloween overlapping. But the rally triggered by, I think, Michelle's amazing speeches, the MSG rally, that was the low point of comedy, I would say. Because that joke about floating garbage, strangely enough, the only race that is associated with trash is the white trash, I think. and Elise Stefanik, I think she is elected from Staten Island, and as you know, it's a huge landfill, so I don't know. And most of the people in the rally were also her supporters, most probably. So I don't know what kind of fascination of Trump and then this Tim comedian had for trash. So things are getting, but I think he's always talking about the enemy within. I think he is his own worst enemy, because he was cruising probably to a victory, but then he had to come up with his shitty joke, because I think it was low point for comedy, because comedy is usually intelligent, and I'm all for offensive comedy. For example, I say that Jews and Jewish are two separate groups. They are not the same people, just like Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher of Oasis hate each other. They are totally different people, and the Jewish are amazing people, amazing scholars, amazing thinkers. And Jews, on the contrary, with the topi thing on their head, is like any other Orthodox of any religion, and they also don't go along well. So Jamie, I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you so much.